literacy. We've been reading Hip Hop Decoded, trying to learn how to look at symbols. And I want to show you how the world is being programmed to see us, or was being programmed to see us. And I want us to kind of discuss some of these videos. So I got one of how we were viewed kind of in Africa, and this one was used. And the way they used to do it, since they didn't have TVs back then when this was made, they used to show it at movies. When people came to movies, you would go see your favorite movie. At the beginning of the movie, they had what they called shorts. And they would put these shorts on. And in these shorts, they would send out ideas. See, we don't understand that the major thing that's working against us is our minds, right? And if I can program your mind, I can control your destiny. Because I'm going to control how you look at the world. I'm going to control how you look at yourself. I'm going to control how you look at your mate. I'm going to control all that because I'm able to get into your mind. That's why what you do is very important. That art. You understand what I'm saying? Because the artists set the tone for the culture. The artists, in a sense, carry the culture on their back, and they help spread the culture because they express the culture in either what they draw, what they cook, what they dance. That's one of the most important pieces. That's our first line of defense. So I said, all right, cool. How do we tie all this in? All right. So one of the things I started looking into, I said, I don't got a lot of subscribers to my YouTube channel. I got a couple of thousand on my Spreaker station. But how do I get that to start translating? Because I want to demonstrate for y'all how we can start bringing in money doing this. Not only making ourselves better, but also finding a way to put money in our pocket. Because I'm starting to find, as I look on the internet, I'm starting to see there's white boys on the internet right now getting paid for gaming. Do y'all know that? They actually get paid for people to sit there and watch them make it through these games. Or watch them react to them. I said, what? Wow, I'm yelling at Clean because he playing a game right now about to get slapped. Right? But there's people making money doing this. Why we ain't getting in on that? Right? There's people that's putting up videos on YouTube and getting money. I said, all right, cool. Nobody want to hear Brother Hot Tip just talk. We get a lot of hits from our discussion. So I said, cool. All right, cool. Let me see. I started hearing about this thing called public domain. Anybody ever heard of public domain? Public domain is when a piece of art, whether it's video, whether it's music, whatever, it's only so long that it can have a copyright on it, right? Then after so many years, it falls into the public domain, which means that if I find a video that's old and it's in the public domain, I could take it down, I could re-upload it to YouTube up under my station and broadcast it, right? If it's a popular video, if it get hits, guess who get paid?
Okay, I have a question though. Is there a time frame on that?
About 36 years.
Really?
Yeah, but this is the problem.
Okay.
Because I can show you another video where what Disney did, because Mickey Mouse was about to come into the public domain, Disney went in and started a legal battle and they blocked Mickey Mouse from going into the public domain, as well as a lot of other things. You're like, so what? What that means is that, like, for example, if we was to get popular drawing stuff and Willie got on here and drew a Mickey Mouse, Disney could sue us, even though Mickey Mouse should be in the public domain.
Okay, so like right now they got Kermit doing, he does all the
cheese, right?
Yeah,
right.
Okay,
now.
So evidently there's not a copyright for it.
Copyright infringement.
Right,
now,
right.
Kermit might not fall into the public domain, but what that shows is the business people behind it, right? Is Kermit drinking the tea? Is that hurting the brand or is that promoting the brand? I get to decide. Okay. Because if I own it. But something like Mickey Mouse should be in the public domain. Bugs Bunny should be in the public domain. Superman, like I found some Supermans that are in the public domain because they have been along. So how does that work? All right, so now, that means that if we find old books that we think are worthy, we could republish them. We can put our own introduction on it. We can republish it as long as we're giving credit to the original author, and we can sell it, and we can take a portion of our money and give it to that author's family. Or we could read it over YouTube like other people are doing, or read it over the radio show like we was doing with Hip Hop Decoded. And if we wanted to, we could sell that. Or we could do like what I'm about to do right now. I'm about to show y'all some videos, right? These videos got made in this one I think we're about to see was made in 1936. This is how they view us in Africa. This is how they view us supposedly in Africa. Then I'm going to bring one up to show you how they view us in America. And I want y'all to see this because, one, I've been talking to y'all about being symbol literate. I want y'all to understand the power of symbols, and I want y'all to start learning how to look at stuff. I want y'all to be those type of people that ruin movies for people. What do I mean?
Like say what's going to happen before it happens.
You can say what's going to happen before it's going to happen. What else?
You can tell them what's really going on with you can start talking about what's going on in real life, and they probably don't want to know.
They don't want to know. Yeah. Right? See, because ignorance is bliss. I'm safe. For some reason, we honestly believe we are safer if we don't know. So I don't want nobody that's going to be able to look at the Matrix and really make a connection to what's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to look at Lucy and make the connection. I just want to enjoy the damn movie. You know? But we don't. We can't afford that. We can't afford to do that no more. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're waging war. And I want us to look at these videos. I want us to look at how it might have affected somebody his age back then and how it might be affecting us now. Because I want y'all to see how powerful art is. Because something way back then, you can see it affecting us right now. So the first one is called, y'all ready for this title? I ain't going to give y'all the title. I'm going to let the title come across the screen.
What's the title?
It's called, well, I'm going to let the title come across. For those that's listening and you want to join the conversation, 614-556-4535. Now, for those of you that's in the fam, y'all want your own radio show? You don't want to set it up? I got that number, 614-556-4535. If you want to have, you want to do a show with some of your friends, something appropriate. But if you want to call your friends or have your friends call in, you can do your own show on that. Just call me. Be like, brother, I tell him I'm about to do a show. You record it. It'll automatically be recorded on that number. I will download it for you. I will fix it up and edit it, and I will rebroadcast it on our station. Because I keep telling y'all we're a multimedia company. Y'all just don't know it yet. All right? So here we go. This one, for those that's listening, it's called Jungle Jitters. So we're going to watch this one first. And then we're going to have discussion. If y'all want to, y'all can have reactions because I'm still recording. Because I want people to hear how y'all really respond to this. Right? I want us to have a nice deep discussion. Then I want to bring it to how they saw us, because this is how supposedly we were in Africa. This first one. The second one is how we are, or how we supposedly were in America. But y'all ready? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
I guess nobody's too home. I hope.
Roll up. Some slow ladies close hands. Hold up. Hold up.
Good morning, ma'am, sir. Is the lady of the house to home? I have here a fine assortment of assorted useful, useless utensils. They are all designed to take the work out of housework. Yeah. We are giving away absolutely free for 25 cents each one a better beating, beat better egg beater.
Hello, folksies. What's going on out there?
We are having a salesman for dinner, please.
A man? Bring him in.
Waiting for you.
Kind of cute, don't you think? Or don't you? What you doing here, young man?
Now, lady, I have here a marvelous device that you can't afford not to afford. Yeah, lady, it's marvelous. It's just too marvelous. Too marvelous for words. Oh, yes, indeed, ma'am. It's guaranteed, to answer every household need. And it's wonderful. I just can't find the words to say enough, tell enough, to tell you that it's well enough. It don't cost much. No. It really shouldn't squeeze you. And you'll find that our payment plan will please you. Ho. And so I'm giving you a demonstration free, to show you that it's marvelous, too marvelous to be.
We'll get married right away.
Does you all take this man to be your wedded husband, or don't you?
Oh, this is so sudden.
You take this woman to be your wedded wife, or don't you?
Yeah.
I now sentence you to be man and wife, kiss the bride. That'll be $2, please.
I hope they all get indigestion. Hope.
That's all, folks. What y'all think?
I think it was very symbolic. They had the White King Queen. Which means back then in 1936, they probably was having white queens. We don't know. And they had all their lips big. They had their little skimpy, you can see their lips. And they had us ready to eat a human. So they mean it was cannibals. That's what they was probably trying to say.
Or everybody, I'm just saying chicken. Everything looked like chicken to us.
That ain't good when we was hungry from cannibals. Then he tried to climb the tree like we was monkeys. How he did the little suction cup and climbed the tree and he was looking around.
I would love for people to hear you though. See, because this is a conversation that is not on YouTube with this video. We got something original here. All right.
The tent was the African colors, the black, red, and the green.
You seen that? I didn't notice that.
What?
The tent was remember when they went on the merry-go-round?
Right.
When they deflated the African colors.
Wow.
Showed up when it was deflating.
Yeah, when it's deflating, it was like, yeah.
You know, this was about the time Marcus Garvey was doing his thing. 1936? It might have still been a fervor for Marcus Garvey because they part of the whole media piece. For those that don't know who Marcus Garvey was, Marcus Garvey did the largest black movement. They had a movie that came out that was called either was Black King or Black Moses. That was supposedly a take on Marcus Garvey. So a lot they're attacking us now. Anything else? You notice anything else?
The woman actually cooking the food, she looked. She didn't quite look. She looked more like the old school maids than being either African or I don't know what else, but she looked more like
a mammy.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Right.
She looked more like a mammy than being a part of that African culture.
Right.
But then you would see that the serving was for the queen who was white. You know what I'm saying? Like she was he asked to see the woman of the house. The woman of the house, where you would first think it was her. You know what I'm saying? She's going to cook it, but then you have the white woman on the throne.
White woman on the throne, the queen, and then up under her they put queen.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all see that, right? Go ahead.
Then the fact that there wasn't words always said, it was music. If you caught some of the music, they was playing like the tones. I think that we should be able to tap into the frequencies of some of that. So those speak more volume than the actual little words that they actually spoke.
Anybody notice the super abilities? Homeboy was able to put the plungers on his feet and climb the tree.
Yeah.
And he put
and the light bulb. He
now
put the light bulb in his ears.
Super abilities and magical abilities. Now, if you look at some of the studies that they have been doing, one of the reasons that a lot of these white police officers will shoot you as a black male is because they see you as a super being, right? They see you with special abilities, right? So rather than they will prefer to err on the side of killing you rather than you getting a jump on, which don't take that much for somebody that can climb a tree with plungers. See, because I'm old enough to have caught the tail end of these when I was growing up. Some of these I saw when I was young. I didn't know what I was looking at. Like y'all notice the nose on the ear, the nose, the earrings in the nose, and the things around the neck, right? All these magical abilities. The ability to create electricity where there was no electricity there. He just took the light bulbs, put them in his ear. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
He had some, that thing he moved, that made the light bulbs work. Remember when he put them in his ears and he sat down on it and then it lights.
So what you think that was? Come on, we know. I mean, just even off your imagination, what do you think it was?
A big battery.
Okay. Okay.
So the point that I want y'all to see here is this was programming. that was going on. This is a TV program. This is a short because it used to come on at the movies. But then after TVs came into the house, right, they start airing this. Now, y'all too young to know, but when I was growing up, there was 3 major channels, and there was possibly 2 others that was on UHF, which meant it was like 3, 5, and 8 inaccurate. And then I had channel 43 and sometimes channel 61 that I would have to go and I had to find it and get the antennas right. On those channels, they would show this stuff. And some of these channels, they would show it late at night. And guess who would be up? On Friday nights, right? So I'm looking at this. How do you think this, like for example, you going to see your favorite Western back then, because they didn't have you know what I'm saying? You got opportunity to go to a movie. You go in at the beginning of the movie, instead of the previews that they show us now, they were showing these shorts. What type of effect you think this will have on a young person?
Make you think wrong about Africa, really, exactly.
But now let me ask you a question, because one of the first things I said when you saw this, the first thing somebody said, it was funny. So actually, is it coming in as is it being viewed as a negative immediately?
It's being viewed as funny immediately. The first thought is that it's funny, but then what is really okay? Let's say it is funny, but it's really developing a step on your mental without you even realizing it.
Go ahead.
All right. Last night I looked up something. It was a link. It was called TV are really programming, because it's a half a hertz. A half a hertz, which is the frequency sound comes into your ear. A half a hertz is the only frequency somebody can manipulate your mind and whatever. Anything can happen. If you're caught in a half a hertz in somewhere, anything can happen to you. You can manipulate your mind to do anything. TVs, radio stations, and computers and something else emit them hertz. So as soon as you turn it on, that little buzzing sound you hear, that is the lowest thing, but you turn up your volume, but that's always playing. So
that's all with that vibration is up underneath.
Yeah, that hurt all the devices you on there, they are emitting that same amount of frequency all the time, so it's easy for them to play a video or anything, and it gets into your mind easily. So it depends on how you are and how you block it or whatever, but it's easy for.
But if you don't know.
If you don't know,
if it's fun, like for example, we talk about the 3 parts, the 5 parts of the human being, the 3 parts of the mind: conscious, subconscious, superconscious, or some people say subconscious. Right now, you have the subconscious, which is being protected by the conscious mind. If the conscious mind is being fooled and say, "Hey, this is funny," like none of our kids should walk out of here necessarily being like, "Boom," they can laugh, but they need to understand what is being planted, because that's not us. That's not us. But if you don't know no better, subconsciously you're like, damn, this is me. So either I need to get mad or I need to laugh. Better for me to laugh. Right? These are the images that was being pumped out to our grandparents on a regular basis. To some of our grandparents. Right? Now, in what ways do you think this would affect them and their choices in life? Because this is only one. We go on the internet right now, and I could pull down 20 of them right now. 15 I saw before YouTube. I personally saw. Right? So now I'm asking, how do you think this would affect somebody's decision making? How would this make somebody feel about themselves subconsciously?
Not like themselves, hate themselves. That's why we got to this point, probably, because you got embedded and you just passed it down. So.
Inferior. She had servants. She had it was the black community serving her, had her up.
Damn, she did have a whole black community, didn't she? Around the white queen. A whole black community around the white queen.
And then even as her ideal mate, every image that she saw this other thing in was always something for her, of her own descent.
Right. She was
exactly.
She was being served.
Right. She wasn't envisioning a black king or nothing like that. It was all of her.
Right. She was envisioning. She's surrounded by all those black men, but she didn't want any of them. And she was so undesirable that a white man didn't want her. He'd rather die than to spend the rest of his life with her. Did y'all notice that?
I hope they effing choke. But I'm just going
He preferred to die. But yet we were serving her. Or those cartoons were serving her. Though that image of us was serving her. Right? So now you got this image in your mind. You got all these underlying messages. This is why I say it's important to be symbol literate. So that you can start listening, you can start seeing the messages rather than just letting the messages come through. Right? So you got some kids who might have just become their age because y'all might not, y'all too young for this, but they used to have TVs that kind of looked like this. It was a big cabinet, and there was a record player right here, and there was a big TV right here. So kids would be sitting down watching TV. The TV used to be a babysitter because it was so rare that everybody didn't have it, so it was brand new. And y'all know how things are when they're brand new. Everybody doing it. Now, y'all can do or do without TV in some instances because y'all got other things. But for us, that was it. So you got kids that were sitting down that saw this, that these scenes was planted, and they had no way of processing it. No way. So they got drama coming from their family. Then they got drama coming across the TV. How would this affect the white population that saw this and had to come deal with you?
That they are better again.
They hate you more, probably.
That they are better
more
than
scared of you.
Was scared. Some of them would be scared.
And still operate from that superior mentality.
Right. Well, I ain't got nothing to fear. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch them. They want to serve me.
Right.
Right.
But then when they come in real contact with them, all of them wasn't in that serving mentality. Some of them might, but not to the capacity of what you saw.
So if you come opposite of what I've been taught about you, what are you?
A threat.
This is warfare. This is warfare. A lot of us don't recognize what it is. You know why? Because we allowed our ancestors' language to just shoot right over our head because we communicate with symbols. Right? But we allow somebody else to take our science and they throwing it right back at us and they're waging war on us. Now let me tell you why I pulled that video down, because some people are going to be mad. I took that video down. You know why? Because that video had 900,000 hits.
Wow.
No, my fault. That one, the one I'm about to show you, got 900,000 hits. This one got a couple of 100,000 hits. Right? So what I said, cool. We're going to take this and we're going to flip it. We're going to turn this into camp money. I'm going to take it down because it is public domain. I'm going to add our conversation because right now, this is broadcasting over the internet. I'm going to show you what I can do with these Chromebooks. I'm going to take our conversation now. I'm going to go home. I'm going to download it. I'm going to cut our conversation. I'm going to cut the beginning when we started. I'm going to cut the part out where the cartoon is. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to throw the actual cartoon in there, and I'm going to upload a whole conversation with the cartoon on this thing here and shoot it through Facebook. I'm going to ask all my friends to share it. I'm going to ask y'all friends to share it. What happens when people start clicking on it and it comes to our site? We got camp money. I want y'all to think about that. Right? I'm flipping the game. One, I'm giving something so people can start having a discussion about it, because we're not going to be able to go through all the stuff. Because I got on here, because you really got to be careful about that whole magic piece they got on us, right? It's just like miracles happen, and we could be happy in the worst situations, right? And the only way we can have a community is up under a white woman. It was only one other woman in the video, a mammy. Right? We still run around with spears. He bringing vacuum cleaners, light bulbs, toasters.
New technology.
Right?
Right. And we're still living in a primitive state. Yeah.
And for my business people, Cleveland, take those things off. Turn it off. For my business people, my two young businessmen, they handle business wrong. What business was being taken care of in the place? By us, by the black folks. Anybody notice?
Getting the food.
No, that was more of a community festival, so it wasn't gonna be no money exchange there. Just something little. I just want y'all to pick up on this. Y'all, did y'all notice where business was being taken care of by us? Remember when they got married?
Oh, yeah.
What did he do wrong?
Yeah.
He did the service and then got the money.
That'd be $2.
What business you do? What business?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The white boy was selling all types of stuff. He was talking about payment plans. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was stuttering through his lines. Boom, I'm not giving you nothing without a payment.
Mm-hmm.
We got the only businessman, which happened to be a what?
A pastor, preacher.
Which is the biggest business we got in our community. Nobody want to say what it is, but that's a business.
Mm-hmm.
The businessman is doing business backwards. He does the service, then he turns around and asks for the money. For those of you that's going in business, we don't do business like that. Unless you're giving away samples. We give away samples, but we don't give the full service before payment. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But of course we do. The magical black people, right? Let me see anything else. Oh, we want to eat white people. We want to consume them.
Or, I mean, the way they made it seem was like, we'll eat anything.
Everything
took the form of chicken.
Chicken, yeah, it's a piece of chicken.
Everything took the form of chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else?